Number 2, we're supposed to solve the triangle. Says the direction says that there's one solution. We're supposed to round sides to the nearest tenth and angles to the nearest minute. So first of all, do we know how to solve this problem? And it appears as though we don't. To use law of sines, you have to have an angle and a side opposite that angle. The only side that we have is this 15. It's opposite angle C, but we don't have its measure. We can find it though. If you add up all the angles in a triangle, it must sum to 180 degrees. It's the angle sum theorem. (63 plus 38 is 101. Therefore, the measure of angle C is 79 degrees. So we actually can use law of sines because we do have an angle and the side opposite that angle. So to find A and B, we're going to start both of those out the same way. Law of sines. You take sine of an angle over its opposite side, and you set it equal to sine of an angle over its opposite side. So I'm going to use that expression, sine of 79 degrees divided by 15, for each of these problems. For side A, we would set it equal to sine of 38 degrees divided by A. For side B, we would set this equal to sine of 63 degrees divided by B. Notice the relationships once again. You take sine of an angle over its opposite side, and you can set it equal to sine of a different angle over its opposite side. Notice in each of our equations there's only one variable, which means we can solve it. So looking at the work for A, if we multiply both sides by 15 and A, on the left the 15's cancel, and that gives us A times sine of 79 degrees. On the right, if you multiply both sides by 15A, let me just show that I'm doing that. Your A's cancel, which leaves you with 15 times sine of 38 degrees. To get A by itself completely, you would divide both sides by sine of 79 degrees. And you put that in your calculator. The directions say round the sides to the nearest tenth. I got 9.4. Before I continue, I want to see if that seems reasonable. Opposite 79 degrees was 15. Opposite 38, which is less than 79, should be less than 15, and it is. Doesn't mean my answer is right, it just means that it's reasonable. If we do a similar thing here for work for B, if we multiply both sides by 15b, that's our denominators. Denominator means you're dividing by it. On the left, your 15's cancel. On your right, your b's cancel. So on the left, we get b times sine of 79 degrees. On the right, we get 15 times sine of 63 degrees. If we divide both sides by sine of 79, that's the division property of equality. And then put this in our calculator. We get 13.6. This is the biggest side we found, so it should be opposite the biggest angle. And if you look at the picture, it is not the biggest angle, but it's also not the biggest side. I misspoke. 13.6 is between 9.4 and 15, just like the angle opposite of it, 63, is between 30 and 79. Once again, that just shows if your answer is reasonable. It doesn't tell you if it's right or wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right.